Hi, welcome to Let's Learn English with Mr. Lima. Today we are going to proceed with another lesson for CEFR Year 5 English Plus 1, Unit 1 Towns and Cities, and the language focus will be Comparative Adjectives. For teachers, the content standard will be 2.1, Communicate simple information intelligibly. 1.1, Recognize and reproduce target language sounds. Learning standard 2.1.2, Find out about and describe experiences up to now. 1.1.1, Recognize and reproduce with little or no support a wide range of target language phonemes. So our aim for today is I can compare things. And we will learn about firstly adjectives, secondly comparative adjectives, thirdly how to form comparative adjectives, and lastly the task. Adjectives. Let us recall about adjectives. What is an adjective? An adjective is a word that describes or tells us more about a noun or pronoun. For example, the dog is fierce. Dog is a noun and fierce is an adjective. Fierce describes the dog. The next one will be the puppy is cute. Puppy is a noun and cute is an adjective. Cute describes the puppy. Let us look at some more examples. The girl is pretty. Girl is a noun and pretty is an adjective. So pretty describes the girl. The next one will be she is busy. She is a pronoun and busy is an adjective. Adjective describes the way she is. Comparative adjectives. What are comparative adjectives? Comparative adjectives are used to show comparison between two nouns. When we compare the two nouns, for example, things or animals or people, we can see the differences. We use then THAN when we want to compare the two things. When you compare these two pencils, can you see the differences between the brown one and the pink one? How to form comparative adjectives? We will divide this topic into three parts. Firstly, short adjectives. Secondly, long adjectives. And lastly, irregular adjectives. Please take note that the rules given are general rules that are commonly applied. There are exceptions for certain adjectives. Firstly, for short adjectives, number 1, for one-syllable adjectives, the rule is add er. For example, old, we add er, the comparative adjective will be older. Fast, add er, will become faster. Dark, when we add er, it will become darker. But there are some exceptions for this rule. For example, right, wrong, real, and fun. We cannot add er after right. It was wrong to say writer. Number 2, for one-syllable adjectives that end with E, we just add R. For example, nice, N-I-C-E. We just add R and it will become nicer. Late, add R will become later. And safe, add R will become safer. Number 3, for one-syllable adjectives that end with Y, the rule is we change the Y to I and then we add ER. For example, happy, H-A-P-P-Y. We change Y to I and then we add ER, so it will become happier. Tiny is the same, so it will become tinier. And busy will become busier. For one-syllable adjectives that end with consonant plus vowel plus consonant, the rule is we double the last consonant and add ER. For example, big, B-I-G. B is a consonant, I is a vowel, and G is a consonant. So we double the last consonant, which is G, so big will become bigger. For fat, we double the T and then we add ER, so fat will become fatter, and sad will become sadder. Now, let us look at long adjectives. Number 1, for two-syllable adjectives not ending in Y, the rule is use more. For example, modern, modern, 2 syllables. So we add more, modern will become more modern. For tiring, we just add more, then it will become more tiring. And careful will become more careful. However, there are some two-syllable adjectives whereby we can use both ER or R or use more. For example, clever. We can add ER or use more. So clever can become cleverer or more clever. Simple can become simpler or more simple, and handsome can become handsomer or more handsome. Number 2. For all adjectives of 3 or more syllables, we just use more. For example, expensive, 3 syllables. We just use more, then expensive will become more expensive. Beautiful will become more beautiful. Interesting, 4 syllables. We just add more, and then it will become more interesting. Finally, irregular adjectives. Irregular adjectives are adjectives that do not change form by adding er or more, so we cannot add er or use more. For example, good. Good cannot become gooder. That is wrong. So the comparative adjective for good is better, and bad. The comparative adjective for bad is worse, and the comparative adjective for far is further. Thus, for the thus, we are going to use some key phrases. We can use these key phrases when comparing opinions. For example, I think. Yes, you're right. Really? I think. So for the task, use the pictures given to compare your opinions. So there are 2 pictures here, KLCC and Comtar. So use the key phrases to do this task. For example, I think. Yes, you're right. Or I think. Really? I think. So I think KLCC is taller than Comtar. Yes, you're right. I think KLCC is taller than Comtar. Really? I think Comtar is taller than KLCC. So for the task, there are 3 tasks here, task 1, task 2 and task 3. So you can use the pictures given to compare your opinions with your friend. For example, for task 1, there is a picture of a whale and an elephant. So let's see, what are the suitable adjectives when you want to compare between these two? Secondly, this is for task 2. So you have to compare between Razik and Joshua. And for task 3, we have to compare between the lemon and the watermelon. Well, that's all for now. Thank you for watching this video. I just want to say that you are great. So please be safe and take care.